Hey, True Believers Englentine here. Now, I was given this article. I forgot where it was, and I would recommend you not go to it because it's one of those articles that, a different question is on every page, and it took for freaking ever to get through it. But I gathered all the questions because I was asked, is this real? Are these people telling the truth? And I figured I would go through and, because I've worked for both Universal Studios and Walt Disney World, and I would actually either confirm or deny these particular questions or what they're talking about. And now I did notice a whole bunch of them had to do with characters being a princess. Now, I've never been a princess. This deep voice, I'm a dude. But I have known girls, women that have worked as the Disney princesses, and man, they are a chatty bunch. Anyway, okay, so the first one they called Breaking Character, and it talks about basically how the Disney princesses are supposed to always be in character. Of course, if you're on stage, which is where the guests are, you have to be. Disney's very interested in keeping up the illusion that the kids are actually meeting the real princesses. And you can have conversations with them in character. It's really a lot of fun, even for an adult, to go and actually talk to, say, Belle. All right, so the next one is the dress code is strict, even when you're not in costume. Now, they're trying to sell it for something it isn't. The dress code is strict. When you put on your uniform, you have to have all the pieces. They should, your lead, the manager of an attraction or your particular position should be looking you up and down to make sure everything is perfect. But they're trying to sell that training is not part of it. But when you're training, you're on the job. So it's whatever you're wearing, you still should look good. But if you're in the park on your own time, they don't care, so long as you're not naked. The costumes run really small. Oh, yeah, they do. Let me tell you something. I actually went to get a job at Disney World with a friend of mine. My friend was taller and, well, fatter. And I was put in front of the house and at an attraction. I wore the fruit suit out at the Tiki and the Treehouse. And he was immediately put in custodial because they didn't have costumes his size. And even still, you want to go up a size because, yeah, they are small. There are size requirements, not for regular cast members, but if you're going to be a face character or a costume character, there are. Face characters, obviously. You're playing a character. If you have a 6-foot Mulan, it's just going to look weird. And as far as costumes are concerned, there's different sizes. I myself fall between, so I can't be a costume character. Yeah, but that's just like hiring any actor to play any role. The parade route. Well, what about the parade route? The most common question asked the cast member at Walt Disney World is, and try not to laugh, what time is the 3 o'clock parade? That's funny, right? Cast members say that even after quitting, they never will be able to forget that iconic parade. First of all, no. The most common question is, where's the bathroom? However, we do get when's the 3 o'clock parade. That is a true question. The answer, of course, this is one of those things where they say you got to understand what guests mean. So if they ask what time is the 3 o'clock parade, it might be 3:15, 3:30, so forth and so on. But where is the bathroom? Even if they're standing right behind or right in front of the bathroom, you get that question more often. So, yeah, that one's a no. All the perks. For both parks, you get your own admission. You get in for free any day. And let's see, you could get your family members in, but that's kind of restricted to the amount of tickets you have. Let's see, I know over at Universal, you get a free turkey for Christmas. Everybody gets discounts on food and beverage, but in all honesty, it just brings it down to what it should be. Actually, it's still a little bit more expensive. Merchandise, yes, is good, but it's better during the Christmas holiday when you get 40% off. And, of course, they do have coupons for good discounts and such, both of them, both Universal and Disney, during the holidays. The cast has to share underwear. Say what? No, seriously, I've never shared underwear with anybody, so this has to be a question about characters, about the costume characters, or maybe I don't understand why they would have to have face characters play, but maybe the costumes, I don't know. but it's not like it's cleaned. It's not like they just whip it off their sweaty nutsack and hand it to the next person in. You know, it does get laundered after a while, so it's probably part of the costume itself. Two-finger point, absolutely real. Absolutely 100% real. Apparently, pointing is offensive in some languages or some cultures, so two fingers. Two fingers, people. I don't know isn't an answer. Absolutely true, and I hated it whenever any of my team members said it. It would be, you know what? I'm going to find that out for you if you don't already know. Lost children make really bad hamburgers. Just go to any Disney restaurant and you'll find that out. They're horrible, horrible. I'm kidding, okay? I'm kidding. They taste great. No, but they happen all the time. You're not supposed to refer to them as lost children, but lost adults. That way, you know, you don't bring in people who would love to have a new kid that's not yours, as well as it kind of calms down the kid himself. Let's put it on the parents. Oh, you're not lost. You're with me. It's the parents' fault, and you know we'll find them for you. It's very easy too, so don't put anything on the parents. It's the matter of you turn your head, you turn around, the kid's gone. One time, my daughter followed somebody who was dressed like her mother right out of a store, and we're looking all around the store wondering where she went, and she's having a hissy because she grabbed on the hand of a stranger, and it wasn't her mom. And the lady brought her back. It was a lot of fun. The other time I went to SeaWorld and we were looking at the toucan. Once again, my daughter was gone. It was to the point where they were checking pins and waterways. We were really expecting the worst, only to hear over the radio that there is an unwatched baby at the penguin pen. She went under the ropes and she was at the glass and they couldn't find their mom and dad. My daughter had walked across the park to go see the penguins because we were at the dolphins on the other side. That's where they had the toucans at the time. And I'm a poor and unattentive father. Hidden Mickey. You know, in all honesty, there's some things that I just think are common knowledge by now. But yeah, they have hidden Mickeys everywhere. My favorite is the little itty bitty one in the Tough to Be a Bug. So check that out. It's in the wheelchair bay. Cast members are banned from talking about work on social media. Not banned, but you could get fired if you say the wrong thing. I had a friend get fired because he talked about Disaster Studios before it was Disaster Studios. I knew about Harry Potter before you know they made the big announcement. But yeah, had I said something, I would have been fired. So yeah, you really got to watch yourself. You have to watch yourself on social media. That's just a good idea. I'm going to give this one a half-truth because not everybody does the Disney scoop where you're supposed to pick up garbage a certain way. Like, everybody's supposed to do their part, and yes, sometimes supervisors don't, and they'll tell you to do it. But, yeah, you're not supposed to bend over, show your ass to everybody, but, you know, some people can't do it, so, like, if they're older or something. So, yeah, once again, this gets a half-truth. No selfies allowed. Now, it's good idea not to bring out your phone as far as to take pictures backstage at all. If you do not post them. They're not going to bust you for having your cell phone out, and obviously you could be taking all the pictures in the world, so you could take them, but if you post them, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Well, the only trouble, I guess, you're going to get fired. Code V, protein spill. I remember there used to be something at Universal as well. I forgot it. I'm sure somebody could put that down in the comments. But yes, there are codes for stuff that we don't want people to find out. You know, you don't want to say, hey, that person threw up. You just, you know, so in order not to yell out that unpleasant information, they do have codes like that. Even if somebody cuts themselves and there's blood on the floor, there's a code for it. Smellitizers, yes, that is a real thing. My favorite is the one walking up Main Street where you pass by the bakery and the ice cream shop and it smells like cooking waffle cones, like they're making waffle cones. There are others. That is my favorite. Oh, and the popcorn one when you walk through and there's the popcorn cart when you walk through the tunnels to get to Magic Kingdom, and the popcorn cart on the left smells, but yeah, the smells aren't coming from that popcorn, but it really is good. I like that one too. A secret store. Now, what this is in reference to is the fact that if you lose sunglasses or a camera or something like that, it will sit there for you for a long time. But after a few months or so, it goes to basically a garage sale for employees, so they could buy your stuff really, really cheap. And the money goes to charity. Charity being Bob Iger's favorite New York stripper. Doing the dirty. Well, you know, you're working with somebody, of course. That's going to happen. My thing was I would like to meet guests from different countries. And, you know, but they're talking about employees hooking up with each other, which, yeah, you're around somebody for a while, you're going to have a romance or two. As far as people having sex in the closet, which it actually mentions in the next paragraph, not so often. I can't say it never happened because I haven't watched everybody every second all of these parks have been open. But no, people value their jobs, and that is definitely a firing offense. The music always stays on. I'm going to say the music mostly stays on because there are times when they do turn it off. But one of my favorite things about working late at the Lego store, I worked at the Lego store at Disney Springs for a while, was the fact that they didn't turn off the music. I loved it. I love Disney music. So, yeah, walking through the parks at Universal, I love that music. So, yes, but sometimes they do have to turn it off for maintenance and stuff. No long hair for male cast members. Now, this may have changed. I know Universal Studios has really lightened up on certain grooming things, so I gotta say this might have changed. That's all I'm saying. I don't know about Disney, but maybe for Universal Studios. Cast members like to speed. Some do. You're late, so you have to speed there, and you just want to get away from the place, so you speed away. That's just the way it is. There's no crossover between worlds. I had to read ahead to find out what this was all about, and they're talking about like Universal and Disney. You can't talk about, like if you're Peter Pan, you can't talk about Hogwarts. That just makes sense. That being said, non-character team members or cast members can talk about the other park all they want. Disney won't pay you until you return the costumes. Neither will Universal Studios. If you work there and you decide to quit, then you will not get your last paycheck until they have every last bit of what clothes you take home. Well, they may charge you for something if you don't give it to them. You'll never see two of one character at once. That just makes sense. You want to keep up the illusion for the kids. Even if they come to you and they, like you're at, say, Animal Kingdom, and they tell you that when they were at Magic Kingdom, they saw Mickey Mouse, you have to say something like, oh, wow, did you know Mickey Mouse came to Animal Kingdom today? Maybe he wanted to see you, which might piss off the parents because you just committed them to meeting Mickey Mouse again. Disney doesn't joke about shoplifting. They don't joke about a lot of stuff like that. Neither does Universal. You get too drunk at Universal, they'll boot you fast. Let's see. My daughter, one time when we were walking through the shops, me and my wife were looking at things. Oh, that would be cute. That would be cute. And while we're doing this, which one? Ashley was putting all sorts of stuffed animals in this stroller, and we just talking with each other, looking at each other. We walk out. We don't even notice because it was Beanie Babies, those small ones. And we looked and went, oh, you bought her Beanie Babies? And then we realized neither one of us had left the stroller. So we walked back, gave them all the stuff back in. They actually let her keep a Minnie and a Mickey. I thought that was kind of nice. But yeah, they do not like actual shoplifters. The Kilimanjaro Safari ride could be a killer. Well, every ride could be a killer if you don't follow the safety instructions. Trust me on that. What they're talking about here is if you say or decide to stand up and lean over and fall into that crocodile pit, well, the driver's going to drive away so kids don't watch you get eaten. They will, however, contact some sort of security, which may help you if they get there in time. Cast members have to learn lines in 3 days. Well, maybe not only 3 days, depending on where you're working and everything. But yeah, they expect you to catch on. If you have a spiel, you need to learn it quick. Ratatouille. Oh, okay. It's about the fact that there's rats at the park. Guess what? There's rats at the park. What you gonna do? There's critters. But there's also cats at the park, by the way. You notice them? That's why. Drunk man drowns in Seven Seas Lagoon is just one of the deaths that have happened on Disney property. Heck, a kid got eaten by a gator at Seven Seas Lagoon. People jumped to their deaths off the top of the world over at the Contemporary Hotel. Yeah, many things happen, and that's just one of them. Speaking of many things happen, keeping pedophiles out of the park. Well, obviously you can't. You don't know who they are, or, you know, so there's not like there's a big face board or face recognition technology going, hey, he's a pedophile. But you really are on guard for that kind of stuff. Top Secret Club is they're talking about Club 33, which is a very swank club, which gets you a lot of perks, costs $35,000 a year, and isn't exactly top secret if it's being asked about on some sort of internet poll or something. Secret menu items, heck to the yes. I love these things. I love these things. My favorite is at the All-Star, where you can order it and they bring it to you in a briefcase like James Bond, and the best thing there is a hamburger between two Cinnabons. Yummy! And the other one they stopped having at Pecos Bill, which was this $99 thing in nachos, which could feed like a family of 5, 6, 7, 10. I mean, it was huge. Great stuff. As homeless Disney characters, I'm just going to say it's homeless theme park workers. There are a lot more. Well, I can't say there's a lot, but there's more than what you would want anyway. I knew a guy who worked in his car while working at Universal. There was the story about the homeless Disney character. They made it's kind of funny because I didn't like the movie The Florida Project, which is all about the fact that you work in Touristville, but you can't afford to live in Touristville. Yeah, this does happen, gang. This one was titled The Unsung Cast Member, and it talks all about custodial. Yes, abso-freaking-lutely, they clean up the messes. They still have to be very knowledgeable about the park because while they're in white and it's supposed to blend, they are the most recognizable and the most approached cast members of all. Abso 100%, these guys are the heroes of the theme parks, but they just don't get the credit. Speaking of cats, they're talking about being catty. The text below is all about how it's cliquish. It is very cliquish working at theme parks. It's also very good to get in with your leads and your basically suck up to the supervisors because they like to have the same people around them all the time. And if you get in, then, you know, it's almost like job security. Water is greener. Yes, they do this to hide the tracks, and I love them for it because when I was a little kid, I did see the tracks and hated it. A Mickey with a dark purpose. Now, they're talking about the Crossroads Mickey is actually a lightning rod. It's made of copper, and that's absolutely true, but there's also lightning rods all over the park that you may not see. That's not just the only one. Probably the most famous, though. And here's one more before I go. This statue right here, very famous friendship statue. If you take a picture of it on the, I guess if you're facing the castle, the left side, so your camera's facing towards Space Mountain, you can make it look as if Walt has an erection because of the placement of Mickey's nose. Not a lot of people know that. Now you do. That's a true fact. Have fun with it. But that's just my opinion. What is yours? Do you like the video? Do you hate the video? Is there something I got wrong? Because, hey, I'm not perfect. I'm infallible. Let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you like this video, you want to see more, please click like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell since subscription really doesn't do much for YouTube anymore. And if you don't mind helping out the channel, go on over to Patreon. Drop $1 in the till. Helps keep the lights on. Helps keep making videos for you. Thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very much for watching.